Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, as the case may be. What we're going to do, we're going to cover some calf exercises that you can do with the calf block. And what we want to think about when we're doing the calves is when we do them in certain styles, we've got to think about the best contraction exercise for the calves and the best stretch exercise for the calves. When we're doing seated calf raise, for instance, we're mainly targeting the soleus muscle. We can do a variety of calf exercises with just the calf block. I'm going to show you how to do some calf raises that I like to use and that you can use in the home gym environment. Obviously there are more calf exercises once we start to venture out to the gyms, but the ones that are suited to home training only need a calf block and your body weight to start with. And if you want to get weight on, an easy way to do it in your calf exercises is with a dipping belt. Okay, and that can come in handy to do dips and chins. So you've got a calf raise at home if you've got a dipping belt, and that's all you need. Yeah, but I'll show you the freehand exercises first, and their variations. So what I tend to do, I always tend to work without my footwear on. I tend to work barefooted. The first one I'm going to show you, what you've got to think about is your shoulders, your hips, your knees and your ankles all stay in line. In any one of these two calf exercises that I'm going to show you, you need to keep that into consideration. Take that into consideration, I should say. Any what I call upright calf raises, you get your feet in a V shape with your feet, your heels forming the V shape, like you can see as I'm standing now. Okay, so these two exercises that I'm going to show you, the standing calf raise, standing upright, and the angled calf raise, the angled standing calf raise. Keep in mind the shoulder, the hip, the knee, the ankles have all got to stay in line. Okay? When we're doing these exercises, the upright calf raise, which is I'm going to perform now, what we want to think about when we do it is go high on our big toe, and the contract on this exercise is the important one. So we will hold this contract. You can hold it for 2 or 3 seconds, then go down, and because we're on the block, we're going to get a bit of a stretch here. Okay? But what we can do to make sure we're going up and down in a straight line, we just hold the uprights and we go up, concentrate on the big toe. And I'll just do 10 reps here. 1, 2, nice and slowly, 5. Going up on the big toe, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So the upright standing calf raise is your contraction exercise, and you're wanting to hold the top position for 2 or 3 seconds. Okay? If we're going to do the angled calf raise, what we're trying to emphasise there is the stretch position. So our foot position changes to like so. So we create a V with the toes together this time, instead of the heels together. Okay? And what we're going to do, and I can do this on a calf block, because I've got a rubber floor. Or what you can do is do it just on the floor, because you'll still get a good stretch. Okay? But the calf block emphasises the stretch as well. So I'll perform it both ways. So to begin with, I'll perform it without the calf block. And we want to make sure the ankle, the knee, the hip, the shoulder are all in line. If we let our hips drift, we're missing the point of the exercise. So feet in that V-shaped position to emphasise the stretch. Then we just, like so. Okay? And you'll feel the stretch in your calves. But once you get onto a calf block, it's totally different. You'll really feel the stretch. Okay? So, tense the body and drive. So, still driving onto the big toe. Big toe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay? Now with me, I set certain things up so as what I can do, I can just put that there as well. So I've not only got a rubber floor that doesn't let the calf block slip. On the low pulley there, I've got some blocks set up so as it definitely doesn't slip. So everything needs to be done in such a way that you're safe. Any of your lifting. Okay, and this will give me a bigger angle as well. So again, our feet go together. Now, because I'm on the calf block, instant stretch. Okay? Because I've got that angle. Now all I'm going to do, up we go, big toe, down, 1, 2, 3, up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So two really good exercises. One concentrating on the contraction exercise of a calf raise, and one emphasising the stretch position. There is another one that we can do if we bring in some weight, and that's a seated calf raise. And all we got to do, I'm just going to use a token weight, so I'll just show you how to set it up. Now with this particular seated calf raise, what we're looking to do is just point, because it's going to work the soleus muscle, okay? And we just get the block set up, and all we're going to do is our knees go together and we point our toes straight ahead. With this particular exercise you can get a lot of weight, yeah, on the soleus muscle. And with the soleus, again, it's a contraction exercise. So we hold the top position, yeah, and we concentrate on the big toe, okay? What we can do with the weight is get a squat pad for the bar. I might have already said that, I'm not too sure. But we pick up the bar, yeah, and we get ourselves ready. We sit down, get our feet in position. Remember, pointing them forward, and then we come and just go like so. We've got our squat pad on the bar in the middle, and then all we're going to do is go from here up into the contracted position like so. There and there. And with this one we're just working the soleus muscle. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And you can really get a good amount of weight on that one in your home gym. So it's going to do the job that it's meant to do. So that's 3 good exercises. Well, 4 if you count the first one as well, of the angled, because we had the 2 angled versions. Now the next one is what people might, I'll just call it the bent over calf raise, but you guys may call it a donkey calf raise. And the donkey calf raise again emphasises a stretch position, yeah? And all of these are working the calf and the soleus. The seated calf really does emphasise the soleus more than the calf. So this particular one, all we're going to do now, turn that around like so, because then my feet are further away from the bench, okay? And what I want to be able to do is just, there we go, like so. Remember, when you're doing a stretch exercise for the calf, your toes go together. That's what you've got to remember, okay? So in this one, our ankle, our knee and our hip need to stay in line, and we want to drive up, not forward. Okay, so I'll show you this one. Again, concentrating on the big toe, remember? So we come over like so, our toes go together, and all we're going to do, drive up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, concentrating on the lower part of the exercise. So hold the stretch, up we come. Hold the stretch, up we come. And I've lost count. Okay? But when we're concentrating on a stretch, we hold that stretch position for a count of 3. If we're concentrating on the contraction position, we hold the contraction position for 3. And when we're doing calves, we need to make sure the knees in all of the exercises, apart from the seated one obviously, stay locked. Don't unlock the knees. Keep everything like as stiff as a board. Okay? So they're your two-legged variations that you can do. And I do like doing, they would be called bilateral exercises. I also like to do single limb training, which is called unilateral training. And these you could go, right, I'm going to do standing calf raise with 2 legs. And if you've not got a lot of weight, boom, you've doubled the weight on your standing calf raise just by going on 1 leg. The only thing here, when we're doing one-legged stuff, we tend to point our toes straight ahead. Okay? There's no point in doing that V shape because you've got no sort of, you're not trying to balance it up. You're actually trying to balance everything on 1 foot. So if you put it angled at one way or angled the other way, it doesn't work so well. So the ones that we can do standing are, and remember the things to think about: the ankle, the knee, the hip. So all we're going to do, take our balance to begin with, okay? And then all we're going to do is go, remember this is the contract exercise, so contract at the top and go down, and 1, 2, 3, 4, drive straight up and onto the big toe, 6, 7, 8, hold the contract position. I'm not quite holding it, I'm just trying to go through the exercises so as you know what to do. Again, when we're doing it, remember where we can go, we can put that like so. And again, I'm going to keep pointing out ankle, knee, hip, shoulder, all stay in line. Now when we're doing this angled one, one-legged, it is ridiculously hard. And you'll know that if you get it correct. So, foot stays straight ahead, no angle to it. And all we're going to do is there and drive on that line. So 1, big toe, hold the stretch position, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, I wouldn't really do a one-legged seated calf raise. There's a much better one for than that I'll show you. We can do a bent over one-legged calf raise. Okay, same deal. Your foot stays pointing straight ahead. You concentrate in the low position and hold the low position on this one. Remember, this is a stretch exercise. And remember, ankle, knee, hip all stay in line. And try to drive straight up and don't drive forward. Remember to go up on your big toe. So we get in position, and all we're going to do, there we go. Okay? And again, this is an extremely difficult exercise as well. 1, hold the bottom, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now the one that I would put in place of the seated calf, you actually use your bench. And all you're going to do is put your foot, the ball of your foot, on the bench. Okay? And when you do it, what you're going to do, you're going to send yourself forward with the hips. Okay? And what I like about this one is you can basically go, it's one-legged bent and one-legged straight. So it's a bonus exercise. You can turn it into a combination exercise. But remember, if you're going to do it, it's there. Okay, so you're sending yourself forward. You're going up on your big toe at the back leg and you're going on the front leg. So it's just there and away we go. So the initiation of it is your hips are going forward, but you initiate it with this leg by going up on to the ball of your foot. And then the second part of the movement is to follow through and just push down into the ground, and you'll feel a good contraction in this lead leg. So let's show you that in motion. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, your back leg is not really getting a workout, it's just following the movement. So your back leg's not important, it's your front leg and your foot that are making the exercise. It's a really good little exercise to do, and hold the contraction of the exercise. They're the basic ways. Now, just before we end, our dip belt. Just to sort of show you how to set the weight up, basically. Okay, so you've got your dip belt like that, and you can put a dumbbell in there, or you can put a weight plate, whichever suits you, and then away you go. Yeah? If you wanted to as well, there is another way of doing it, and that is basically, I'll show you that way as well. And if you've got any questions on these, just leave a comment. And basically, if we're doing a standing one, we can hold one dumbbell in our hand. So let's just get a dumbbell. And you'll be like that. You can do that with two-legged. It works really well with one-legged though. But one-legged standing calf raises. Yeah? It doesn't work so well with the others. Okay? It could work with the angled one as well, but not so well with the bent over one, and not so good with the seated one. What I'm trying to do here is catalogue exercises for the lower legs that work really well. So the guys who train at home and the girls who train at home have got something to look at and see how the exercises are performed correctly. So as you don't have to go, oh, what am I doing? Come to my channel, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you want to, if you think the content's good and sound, or just try the exercises and tell me the results, or you can see the results from the exercises. I will be going out to the gyms, but first of all, I'm going to do like a series, like I'm doing now, on lower legs. So I think I've really covered lower legs with the iron boots and with doing it with the calf block, and explaining things that you should avoid doing, like letting your hips drift out of line. Try and remember that, that's a really good point. If you're local, like London, I'm considering coming out and visiting you. So if you want me to come out and visit you and give you like a little personal session, it's only going to cost you your time and your effort. Okay, like I said, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up, make a comment if you want, and subscribe if you want. Take care, good night, and God bless.